Two Kansas City police officers are now recovering this morning after being shot in the line of duty yesterday. We are staying on top of both cases. One is recovering at home. He was shot near Independence Avenue. The other now fighting for his life after being shot in the head near 31st and Van Brunt. We want to start off with that officer who was shot in the head near 31st and Van Brunt. Police receiving a call around 4:30 p.m. to report a man with a gun outside of this McDonald's. This is where our video was taken here. We spoke to witnesses at the scene. Take a listen.
Yelling, screaming about something, this and that, whatever. I got a 9.
Yelling he was Jesus and waving around a gun.
Next thing you know, I hear shots fired, then police go lower, come flying next through here.
Authorities tell us the suspect turned around and fired shots at the officer, striking one Kansas City police officer. The officer who was shot in the head has been a Kansas City, Missouri police officer for 2.5 years. Another officer shot and killed the suspect. KCTV5's Casey Jones joining us live now from the hospital this morning. Casey, such a violent week for the community. We just spoke with the mayor. He acknowledged it, saying that the numbers have only gotten worse this year and that there is a problem in our city. The question now is, where do we go from here? What are you learning overnight regarding these cases?
Yeah, that is the question here, Joe. Where do we go from here? The good news to report, though, is that the officer that was shot in the head yesterday is here at the hospital. He is expected to recover. That is absolutely great news. We know that this happened after a shooting at 31st and Van Brunt near the McDonald's. An officer was responding there. Police say when officers arrived to that scene, they found a man with a gun, which was the original call. Missouri Highway Patrol says the suspect ran away and officers chased him. While running, investigators say the suspect turned around and shot at police. That's when the officer was hit in the head. Police say the officer's partner shot and killed that suspect. The officer was rushed here to the hospital for an emergency surgery. And again, he is expected to recover. But this, of course, has been a violent year in Kansas City.
It's very difficult to talk to the officers right now. I guess I'd say to them that the mission hasn't changed, that our dedication to this city and to the people in this city hasn't changed. And more now than ever, they're probably needed. And they're needed for all of us.
Officers have been arriving here overnight to show their support for that officer that was shot in the head, who is here recovering again this morning. I do also want to say that the police union says that they opened up the lodge at 6 o'clock this morning, where peer support counselors are available for officers who just need someone to talk to after this very violent week and frankly year here in Kansas City. Also, the fire department will be making some tacos for officers just as a morale booster to show the support that they have in the community. And as we go into this holiday weekend, Joe, a lot of people are praying for peace, me included.
Yeah, Casey, thank you so much for your reporting. We appreciate it. I was just talking about how on Facebook there's a graphic going around that says murder-free weekend. Let's try not to have any murders this weekend. It's sad that we even need to be thinking in that kind of context, but here we are. All right, thank you so much. It's 6:36. A second police officer is out of the hospital after being shot by a man on a bus. The driver was also shot, but is expected to be okay. She called police when she saw a robbery. Then when the suspect boarded the bus, she drove slowly until police could catch up.
To know to slow down, to notify the Kansas City Police Department, it was very heroic on her part, and it's something that she should be commended for.
Shots were fired when police tried to board the bus. The suspect was shot by another officer and is expected to survive. The bus driver was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Again, that officer has been released from the hospital.